I think it's time to wipe clean the slate, everyone. You may have noticed a lack of content going up on the channel in the last 4 or 5 days. I've been sick with a stomach flu for about 3 days now, and I've been doing a lot of thinking during it, and one thing has been weighing pretty heavily on my mind, and that is the relative lack of success the current two LPs on my channel are experiencing, Thief Gold and Crusader Kings 2, Monks and Mystics. So, I've made a decision that I am going to, effective immediately, be canceling both of these series. To anyone who is watching, I apologize for wasting your time. I'm sorry that I feel that the quality of both of these series has slipped. It's partially due to my own fault in that as I do this more and more, as the months go by and indeed the year has gone by, you learn a lot. I learned a lot as an LPer, and one of those things I learned is that it can't all be success, but more than that, I also learned that problems sometimes appear that you never anticipated when you take up any given game to start playing, and something you thought was a good idea, something you thought would be popular, doesn't always work out that way, and sometimes the reason is not obvious when you start out doing it, and it makes itself known. With Crusader Kings 2, I made the decision to relaunch a campaign that basically broke on me. The game broke, and I needed to relaunch it. I think that was a mistake to bring it back because people don't want to watch the same content twice. If I'm going to be doing the same game multiple times, it needs to be something, it needs to be a new series. What I should have done was launch it. I should have gotten myself back to the point where the game had failed on me, and then continued along with the campaign as best as I could from there. Starting over from scratch was a mistake, and I don't have the viewership to make those sort of mistakes. And secondly, with Thief Gold, this would have been one that made itself more obvious the more I went down, is that sound issues plague the game, and it's not so much the volume of the game itself or the recording setup, though I could use a better mic, to be honest, and I'm going to probably look into getting one this Christmas. It's the game itself. Thief is a very quiet game, and as a player, it makes you want to be quiet. It's got a very tense atmosphere, and you're holding your breath as you play, and that's not good for someone like me. I need a game that I'm allowed to be loud in, allowed to be loud, but also just, encouraged to be boisterous. And Thief doesn't do that. It's the opposite effect for me. I want to be quiet. I want to, hear the drops of water on the cobblestones, so to speak, and hear the footsteps and things like that. And it's atmospheric for most people, but there's a lot of people who have already done it better on YouTube, and with the current mic setup I have, that my voice naturally falls to such a low level while I'm playing, it makes it pretty quiet and pretty hard to emote properly, I guess, and do that. And I also, there's been some other little nuisance type things that I've been worrying about and trifling over that both of the LPs that have been getting on my nerves, and I'm sorry to say that both of them just need to be canceled. I'm going to be scrubbing them both from the channel as well. It'll be pretty much just a hard reset to the point where I stopped recording. I haven't put a ton of thought into what is going to replace either of those. I don't think I'm going to be replacing both of them. I think I'm going to leave a slot open for something that potentially comes along in the future. I think one of the games I'm going to start playing is Primordia, which is a fully voice-acted, story-driven point-and-click adventure game for PC. And I think I have a lot to say about that, and it's a very chill game, so it's not one where I have to be quiet or anything, no sort of anxious gameplay, so to speak. So I think it'll be fun once I'm well again and feeling the drive to record. Aside from that, yeah, like I say, I'm gonna keep the other slot free for a while, because I think another thing with recording is if you have two, well, series ongoing, and not just that, but if you do it every day for 7 days a week, you get burnout, and it does affect the quality of the commentary in the Let's Plays. So I'm just not going to. I'm gonna take it easy for a while and see how it goes, because I'm certainly not done with this hobby or anything, nothing like that. It's just, I don't know. I may even play this game that I'm playing now. Well, not really playing. This is Receiver. It's a pretty neat, very, very anxious and very quiet first-person shooter that has realistic gun mechanics, I guess, and it was made in like 2 days for some sort of game design convention as a competition. And you know what? For a game that was made in 2 days, it's a pretty neat game, and I played it a lot back in 2012, 2013. You can get it on Steam. It's got neat music, and it's a genuinely scary game in ways you wouldn't expect. A little bit like Thief in that regard, I don't know. It's a good one to just look at and not play for any length of time, so maybe I'll do that. But Primordia, I think you can expect, and again, I'm sorry for wasting your time. The videos are going to be deleted pretty much as soon as I publish this video, and yeah. That's pretty much it. I hope I'm back to feeling myself in the next few days. But as to when Primordia starts going up, I don't have any clear answer. It'll go up when it goes up. I'm not going to rush it, but it'll be sometime soon. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and thank you for understanding. If you don't, believe me, I want to make this clear right now. None of this has anything to do with you guys as the audience. You're all great. It's not your fault if my series don't take off like I'd expect them to or get positive results. It's cool. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna do something different, and whatever happens this time with Primordia, whether it gets a major response or not, I will be finishing that game no matter what. It's a game that I don't expect very many people to be drawn to. Sort of like Aiden, it has a very small fan base, and I think that the people who are looking for it will appreciate it and will come to the channel because of it. And I think I kind of misjudged Thief in that regard, because a lot of people have done Thief, and I did not even realize that. So there's a lot to choose from, and maybe someday we'll come back to Thief. I can't ever say when, but it'll be a hard restart. Whenever we do, it'll be far, far, far down the road, if at all. When all of this is just a distant memory and a fever dream, maybe we'll come back to it. I don't know. It wasn't the best of choice, now that I'm thinking about it in hindsight, to do for the channel right after a big RPG. I probably should have jumped into an RPG, another RPG, and filled out the fan base a little bit when I had the drive to do it or tapped the fan base of those, because it has good crossover with Aiden, since an RPG and Aiden as an RPG, that would attract the same type of person to the channel, and that would be good for everybody, because there'd be more people to talk to, and there'd be more people to watch the videos and expect more of that sort of content. So there may be a few little other surprises here and there, like quick one-shots, stuff like that, stuff that I can get done quick and easy, and put my best into, and not have to spend a whole lot of time on. Because Let's Plays that drag are great in one way, that they make an epic journey, but they're very tough to motivate yourself to do, especially when they've been going on for months and months. And I need to get better at some things. And hopefully this video will answer anybody's worries and reassure you guys that I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gotta reevaluate, gotta think things over, and sometimes you make mistakes, and you just gotta keep trying. Anyway, thank you for watching again. I know I've been trying to end this video for like 3 or 4 times now. This is it. I will see you pretty soon. Bye-bye.